Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hi everyone. So this is your Gemini reading for life purpose and career. I just want to wish you all a happy new year, happy 20. Can't believe we've already reached this. Oh goodness. Okay, so let's get right in there, guys. I've shuffled a few decks, so I'm going to be showing you the cards one by one. Just because it would be a big spread. So I'm going to get started here. So let's see your first message. Actually, what you guys got, I feel like for a lot of you, the thing that came up is rest and contemplation for 20. I feel like a lot of you, you might be reflecting a lot and you're in a transition, okay? I feel like you're in a transition moving forward to something else. So you're crossing a bridge. That's what I'm getting a lot of. Okay, some of you, this change it could bring about some excitement. Others, you could be feeling a little bit like lost and confused, but all is well. I do feel you're meant to be where you are right now. Okay, so actually, when I was shuffling the cards, the first card that flew out right off the bat, okay, here it is author. Okay, so you can see it right over there. I apologize for any of the glare. Okay, author. So you have a book inside of you that wishes to be expressed. Make the time to write it. I heard sabbatical too, guys, for a lot of you. I don't feel there's going to be too much action in regards to work or career. I feel like for those of you who are working, you know how to do your job very well. Like that, for those that have been in your job for a long time. So I feel like things will be steady. And sometimes in life, that's okay too. There's just times where it's go, go, go. There's a lot of change, and other times where it's totally routine and it could be a little dull, but like that's life, right? Like it has an abundance of everything. Okay. So, but I do feel for a lot of you, you have experienced something, okay? Whether it's some different view you have on life, whether it's something you experienced with like relationships, something's like eating at you to bring forward into the public eye or into public awareness. Okay, so it doesn't have to be actually publishing a book, which for many of you it could be. Some of you are scared to start this book, and the angel here behind you is saying, "Don't worry, I'm going to channel through you." So when you start, you're not going to find yourself stopping. Okay, so it's really just creating the space around you to actually start what it is that you want to talk about. And you'll be guided through the process. Okay, don't worry for it being perfect yet, or just write what it is that you feel like writing. I don't know if I keep seeing these like flowers in the back, so I don't know for some of you if you're like writing about the healing benefits of plants and herbs and nature or flowers or something like that, or you're interested in that. But overall, even journaling, okay, some of you, maybe you're not meant to, like, not you're not meant, but you're not interested in publishing something. So this could be anything. It could be a book, it could be journals, it could be a card deck even. Okay, so if you've been dreaming of that, this is probably the year. But if not, if for those of you that are on the search that are not sure what to do, journaling is coming up. Okay, so take the time to journal your thoughts and feelings throughout a certain situation or relationship in your life. Because once you write them down, you take them out of your mind and put them out in the universe, and you will start receiving signs and help for that concern that you have. Or, you're going to start seeing patterns in your writing. So wherever you're like, it's like a lot of negativity and just maybe complaining or feeling bad, you'll be like, hey, you know what? I keep complaining about this situation, so maybe it's time I actually do something about it and like change it. Clearly, it's not working for me, right? So yeah, think about ways how author comes in for you. Okay, so you could be writing about like for people how to live a totally different lifestyle. Maybe you're writing about a specific subject that you're interested in. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something that's in you needs to come out. Okay. All right. So you also have heart's desires. So this is going to be the year, like I said, a lot of you in a transition, contemplation stage, you will be forced to look at what it is your heart is desiring right now. And I do feel for a lot of you, you are going to be turning your back on a specific job or career path that's been kind of just, it's just been taking all your energy. You don't feel you're getting anything out of it. You maybe a lot of you want to be creative, but you feel it's just zapping at your energy, so you can't do the things that you want to do. So this is saying the angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become reality. A lot of you might become very inspired working around water or taking walks by the beach or the lake or river, whatever. But I do feel that, the words time to go is telling me that, because there's something, and I don't know why. Right now I saw a man's face here. I don't know if you could see it, but I just saw a man's face. So for those of you, this could not only be job, but relationship as well. Because don't forget, life purpose and career, it doesn't mean like what you're going to be getting paid for. You could be doing something, a hobby you like, and you don't necessarily need to be getting paid. But your life purpose could be anything. Like it's the work that you needed to do coming here in this lifetime as you, right? So if your main goal, right, from spirit and from your higher self is to stand up for yourself and walk away from a situation, then you've fulfilled your duty here on earth in this time, right? So ask yourself, what is it that's holding you down or holding you back from experiencing joy and maybe being your creative self? And start taking the steps towards like minimizing time around that thing that drains you, or completely walking away from it. But I feel like it's time to go. It's time to start whatever it is that you're thinking. It's time to go, right? And number 220, the year of me, the 2 is all about becoming in alignment. It's all about partnership. It's not only aligning yourself with the right environment, the right lifestyle, the right work, the right person, okay, but also aligning yourself with you and like your heart's desires. So a lot of you might be seeing you might be seeing so that's like signs from the universe that you're coming into more alignment with yourself. Okay, so ask yourself, what is it, if I could do anything, like even if it doesn't have to do with like money, like what would I be doing right now? What's in my heart? What is it do I want to put out in the world? How do I want to be remembered? And ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? And follow those steps for yourself this year. Tell yourself, okay, is this contributing to my higher self, to my best self? Like if I'm hanging out with this person, if I'm doing this habit all the time, is this contributing to a vision of future self, my main goals? So if the answer is no, then you're going to have to need like some adjustment, or, breaking away from some like habits of yours or certain behaviors that have been repeating, right? Okay, so yeah. Yeah, I do see more of like a soul searching period for you. I'll be honest. Like, I don't feel it's going to be very action oriented. Like, you're going to be going into self a lot to come to realization who it is, who you are, and what it is that you truly want. And it could be that maybe something you thought you wanted ended up not being that. Okay, so I could see that for a lot of you. But talk to your angels. Okay, so instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. All right, so if you are, for those that are in transition and have a lot of fear of the future, maybe you're thinking, oh God, I'm too old, or maybe, I've been in this job for like years, there's no way I can make a change now, okay? As long as you stay there, you're just going to keep experiencing the same pain, the same uncomfortable situation. So, that's the risk you're going to take, is leaving something comfortable that's been actually uncomfortable to your soul, for the taking the risk to jump into something better, okay, for taking that chance. But talk to your angels, tell your guides and angels, or whoever it is, whatever it is you believe in, I'm feeling fearful, that I'm feeling insecure. Help me release these feelings that, or these illusions that they're not real, okay? Because most of your fears, they're not true, okay? And a lot of people, what they do when they worry is they think of the worst scenario that could happen. And I'll give you an example of a situation. My dream was to work on an island for like 4 months. I actually, the universe supported me in that decision because I was scared. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't have enough money. What if I starve? What if I die? Like, you start getting all these fears, right? And it's interesting because I was meant to do that. I knew deep down in my soul. Um, and it's interesting because I had gotten laid off at that time from the other position. And I was like, you know what? This is the chance. The universe is creating more room for me, and I'm going to just jump right on it because I don't know what else is going to come after. So now that I'm free, and plus there was a payout, which helped me even more. And I'm like, this is totally a sign, right? So the universe will support you as long as your heart's desires, like, they're there and it's really truly what you want, like deep down. You'll see miracles after around you. But yeah, I ended up doing it, and all of the fears, they never really came true. It was honestly, I actually came back with more abundance than what I would think I would lose. It was the weirdest thing, and it was like, how did I do that, right? So very interesting, but I speak from experience on this a lot. Okay, so if you have like strong faith, you're protected, and you're really believing in yourself, especially that. Yeah, sure. Okay, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, ask yourself what's the best that could happen. Sure, you might you might like not eat for like one day, but you won't. Nothing will drastically happen. Like, you will get back on your feet. Okay, so this is like in general. What I'm saying now. But um, the majority of the time, like, the point I'm trying to make is that your fears, don't let your fears guide you. Okay, let your desire and love guide you. Don't let illusions, like things that are not real, take over your mind and paralyze you from making a step forward. Okay. And plus, worrying, all it does is creates more fear and anxiety. So you don't want to be stuck in that same space, right? You want to say, okay, how can I work towards fulfill dream? Like, start thinking what you can do to solve the problem instead of worrying about it. Okay, so I feel like for a lot of you, you're in a big transition. A lot of you are changing career paths. I could hear someone saying, I'm too old, or like age, but you're just setting up different limitations for yourself. So, there is someone out there that's looking for someone with your skills and abilities. It's just you need to realize it. And it's honestly, it's how you sell yourself. If you go into an interviewer's office and say, well, I'm actually too old, or I don't have experience in that, but whatever, then that's what you put in the person's mind. But if you go in there passionate, saying how much energy you have, how much you love to do this type of work that you're applying for, then that's the only thing that you've put in the interviewer's mind, right? So that's just an example there. But yeah, if you focus on the negative, then other people, they're pretty much going to focus too on what you're putting out there as well, right? I hope that makes sense for you guys. All right, let's see some of the skills some of you might be using. Okay, so this is like a skill card deck. All right, so you have making connections. So this is an investigative card. That's an investigative skill. You have two investigative skills, okay, investigating things. So this is very interesting. It's funny. It could be in career or a job, like investigating something, doing something, police work or in law, or analyzing somebody's personal information, or a case study. Okay, making connections, like who done it, right? Like, it could be something like that, or you're trying to figure out uh, like a gap or something that's missing. You're trying to figure it out. It could even be in loss prevention. So think of maybe some careers, because I don't know every like career path that's out there, but think of these skills and where you could use these skills that you have of investigating and making connections. It could even be making connections with people, and maybe investigating their life. Maybe you're working as like some sort of advisor to or counselor type of person. But there's something where it needs something needs to be investigated to look further into in detail. I'm putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay. It could even be like you're looking through receipts. Maybe it could be something simple as working in a retail shop and like you're working in the back office or of some sort and trying to make sense of something. But you have a sharp mind. Okay, so and an analytical mind. So this would be a great skill for you. Social, yeah, look at that. Creating trust. Okay, so wherever there's like something weird or off or missing, I feel like it's like you're going to be there to solve it and to like solve the case. And by doing that, I feel like you're creating trust in the environment, your work environment, and the atmosphere all around you, and also you're creating trust between people. But also, this could be people coming to you. Okay, this is a very important skill you have, that you're very empathetic and sensitive, and people are they feel that you're trustworthy to confide in as well, or the person to go to for help or advice or something. Okay, so you're vibrating like this energy of trust. Okay, that you're the go-to person for something specific. Yeah, feel free to write down in the comments too, guys, because you might be getting something out of this reading. Maybe I didn't mention it, and we're all here to learn from each other. All right, so let's see here. These are workplace keywords. This is a deck I created. It's just a small little rectangular deck with like about 80 cards. It's all keywords in the workplace. If you're interested, it's an Etsy page. So yeah, you have rebrand, all right? And the other thing here too, guys, all right, investigating things. I don't feel it's maybe work. It's also investigating your own life. So that's something I forgot to mention. And making connections, like what you've done, where you are now, and where do you want to go, and kind of see how you got to where you are. That's the other important thing this year. That's the skill you're going to be using, is making connections. A lot of you will be rebranding maybe your business if you have a business. Rebranding who you are. So maybe you'll even change your wardrobe. You're going to start appearing differently. Maybe there's like some product or something you're selling, and you're going to change this. Okay, it's also a good time to polish your resume, right? And your marketing material. For those of you who want to look for a new job or a career path. Okay, so you're going to have to go about it a little bit differently. Speak to career counselors, go to your local agency for employment if you have one around you, or someone dealing with this matter. Okay, but maybe there's something that you need to apply to that's totally different from your career. You can't be using the same resume you've been using for all your career, right? So you're going to need to rebrand and change the way you approach this. So that's important. And you also have exercise. Okay, so I'm hearing whatever you're thinking, it takes practice. So exercise your skill every day, your talents. Okay, put it into practice. But also exercise will help you get rid of any stress. So for those of you who are not working, maybe looking for work early on in the year, make sure you take a little break. Go do something you love. Listen to your body, because if you're just sitting there on the computer, you're going to lose sleep at night. You're going to be wired, and you're just going to be comparing yourself to other people, and that's unnecessary, and it's just contributing to negativity. So make sure you go out there and release some endorphins, okay, some toxins. Pick an exercise routine that you like. It could be kickboxing, okay, it could be swimming, it could be dancing. Listen to your body and its needs, all right? It could just be brisk walking around your neighborhood for like 30 minutes, it doesn't matter. But, make sure you incorporate this year some exercise. So I feel like that's going to help with any mood swings and just helping you feel much better. Okay, you're going to get inspiration too, and then positivity. Once you do exercise, you'll be feeling stronger. All right. Teamwork. Okay, so those of you working on projects, you're going to have to be in a lot of teamwork this year, working with other people in projects, in events even. Okay. for those of you who have your own business, if you've been doing it alone all this time, I feel like Spirit is saying to you, you might need some help. Maybe business is picking up. You might need to hire someone that's like an administrative assistant to you or helping you manage some stuff, maybe financial matters. But be open to working as a team. Okay. So that's going to be very important for you this year. And you'll notice that that's going to increase more of your energy. When you're not stressed having to do everything, you're going to allow some more room and breathing. Okay. And you're gonna have more fun in the meantime. Even if you give some of that workload to someone else, you'll experience more freedom in the process. All right. So yeah, there's something that is requiring teamwork here. All right, guys. So let's see your messages of abundance. So what are the abundance angels? What's the main message here? How to increase your profit and also just living a more abundant life. Okay, so let's see here when it comes to money, what's going on. Donations, is it tithing or tithing? I can't really pronounce that. And charitable work. All right. So okay, your life purpose, you expand and spiritually grow when you're giving to others. Okay, Gemini, you're a person that has a large social circle. So I feel like, using your social skills to do something good for the community or the world overall, it will help bring in more abundance for you. So let's see what it's saying here. So give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. Yeah, so it's saying there's some cause that you believe in, okay, something you feel passionate towards. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going around in the world nowadays, guys. Like there's like the fires, there's all these like political conflicts. There's a lot of like chaos, but you don't want to just focus on that. There's still a lot of love out there in the world. So focus on how you could be that love, how you could be that joy to others. Okay, so what organization or what cause really calls you? What are you like? You'll find what you're passionate about if you get really angry towards a situation, like cruelty to animals or the environment, or maybe people that get like abused or newcomers, even like anything at all, right? Like there's something that you feel strongly about that they're asking for you to give your time or help financially in some area. And whether it's meeting certain people or just being at the right place at the right time, I feel like there's something it's gonna be beneficial for you. That's gonna be very abundant. Maybe you could meet like a special person or someone that would help you in something. I don't know what that is, but your abundance actually grows when you do give help out there. So the time, supplies, money, and other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be like money that you're giving. It could just be maybe you're donating clothes to like people experiencing poverty or homeless, right? And you're getting rid of stuff in your home and you have extra cans of like food and you're giving, or maybe you're just giving your time advising somebody. Okay, but this is like voluntary too. But you could be even working actually in an organization like nonprofit that can you really feel enriched by, and you're also enriching the lives of others. Okay, and your spirit is being lifted. But also, this is important here too. Give joyfully. So, you shouldn't be forced to give. Okay, so the purpose of giving is giving with like an open heart. If you're like cringing or you feel bitter when you're giving something, that's not giving. It loses its purpose completely. Okay. And I always tell that to people, like sometimes when you give or people give and then they expect something back, like it's like, okay, is that really giving then? So when you give out of your heart, and don't expect to that it might be returned. Like you're doing it out of the goodness, out of making a better community and making humanity better. Okay, so that's what giving is. It's a gift to someone, all right? Okay, someone or some cause. Yeah. All right, so I pulled out a card for you from the Sacred Travelers Oracle deck. So you got unknown territory. So this is really interesting because it ties into what I mentioned in the beginning. But you are exactly where you need to be. Okay, so this person's in the winter. They're like, where am I? They're going through like the trees. Okay, but they have the wisdom here. The owl is right here. There's a bird there, which this person is guided by spirit messages, I'm getting, to guide him on his path. And also the wisdom that he holds inside of them, that something's telling him inside. And something's telling you, don't stop, keep going. You know that you want this. So even though the future might look a little cloudy and fuzzy, it might be cold right now, right? For those of you living in an actual cold place, what does winter symbolize? Everything's like submerged. It's like hidden, right? But then spring comes, everything blooms, everything comes to the open. So right now, it could be that you're working behind the scenes, and you could be not like isolated, but you could be alone and not really a part of society. You're kind of closed up. But I do feel this is like, when it's cold out there, have you noticed it when it's cold, like, and you're walking and you're freezing? You don't think of anything else or worry of anything else but your own survival, right? And you're going inward. So for those of you who've taken walks in snow or cold, you might find that you go inward a lot. So it's very interesting. But this is a period of soul searching and growth. Okay. So if you're going through a time where it's completely, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. You do know deep down, but if you feel scared, vulnerable, alone in this process, trust me, spirit is with you, guiding you. It's leading you to the right direction. Okay. So just keep going through. Don't stop. Keep going. And you could see here, look at this. He has feathers, and I'm looking at the color green here. I don't know if you could see it, but this is very symbolic too, is because you're getting in touch with your soul and spirit right now, and the green does symbolize abundance and money as well. So you're trying to look for ways of how to increase your abundance and prosperity. And if you only ask exactly like it says here, talk to your angels. You could say something simple like, give me ideas on how do I create abundance. Write it down. You will get messages from spirit. Okay. So this is like very strong coming out. So yeah, very cool, guys. All right. Well, this is a year I would say, take it easy, go within, get some quiet time to listen to your angels. And overall, for those of you that are in transition, do not fear. This is part of the plan. It's part of your path. So just take it as a learning opportunity to get to know more about yourself. And then you'll find you'll be in action, in no time. All right. Okay, guys, I wish you the best this year, and I will talk to you shortly. Bye-bye.